Hi there, welcome to my practice. My name is Anya, and today I'll be teaching a really short and gentle hip opening flow. A lot of emotions are stored in our hips. Often we hold a lot of tension in the hips, and today we're just going to move, create space in the body, and I promise you'll feel a lot better. Let's start laying down on our backs, coming into Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of your feet come together. Knees splay out wide, legs are in a butterfly position. Placing one hand on the chest, one hand on the belly. Let's take a few breaths here. Inhale. Feel the rise of your chest. Feel your lungs up with air. Exhale all the air out. Another deep inhale here. Deeper than you've taken all day so far. Exhale all the air out. And from here, place your hands on your knees. Bring your knees into your chest and start taking big circles, splaying your knees opposite directions. Inhale, knees into chest. Exhale, knees fall opposite directions. Another big circle here. And exhale. We're going to switch directions. As your knees fall out, feel gravity pulling them down towards the ground. Another big circle here. And when you're ready, come back to center. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big, big hug here. And from here, we're going to rock up and down to a seated position. You can come into a seated position of choice. I'm in Sukhasana, easy seated pose with my legs crossed. Take a block under your sits bones if you need. Take a breath in here. Exhale. And from here, we're going to walk your hands forward, hinge forward, and we're in a Sukhasana, forward fold. We're going to be here for a few breaths. Find length in your spine. If you need a little bit of support, you can place a block on the tallest height under your forehead. I love doing that. And just stay here, keep breathing. Relax your facial muscles. Relax the area around your eyes. Inhale here. And exhale, start to rise up. And straight from here, we're going to come into tabletop position. Shoulders stacked over your wrists. Gaze down at the mat between your palms. And inhale, extend your right leg back, right knee bent. And start taking big circles with your right knee, opening your hip to the right. And when you're ready, we're going to switch directions. You can feel your glute engaged. Feel your inner flexors opening up. Last circle here. And extend your right leg to the right. And you're going to start shifting your hips to the right, bending into your right knee. You're going to take big circles with our hips, really getting into this hip joint mobility. Again, shift your weight from your hands onto your back knee, into your back foot. And switch directions, sending your hips forward, back, and then bending into your right knee. A few more times, send your hips back to the right, bend into your right knee, and back to center. Come back to center, and back into tabletop position. We're going to switch sides, extend your left leg up, bend your knee. Start taking big circles with your left knee, opening your left hip. And when you're ready, we're going to switch directions. Just a few more breaths here. Keep breathing. And when you're ready, you're going to extend your left leg out towards the left. Left foot comes to the ground, and same thing. Start to send your hips back, and then towards the left, bend into your left knee. Back to center. Hips go back, and then bending into your left knee. Big circles with your hips. Increasing that hip mobility. Getting into those hip joints and switch directions. Try to make this a big motion. Last breath here. And when you're ready, we're going to come back to center. Tabletop position, shoulders stacked over your wrists. And from here, tuck your toes. And we're going to start to press up into our first downward facing dog. Heels drop down towards the ground. Gaze at your toes or at your knees. On your next inhale, right leg reaches up high. Exhale, bend your right knee. Let your hip drop towards your glutes. Stack one hip on top of the other. Stay here. Open your hip to the right. And when you're ready, come back to center into your downward facing dog. Switching sides. Inhale, left leg reaches up high. Bend your left knee. Let your heel drop towards your glute. Left hip stacks on top of the right. Open your hips to the left. And come back to center, downward facing dog. Bend into your knees and slowly walk to the top of your mat. And when you're there, heel toe your feet mat width apart. We're going to sit down low into Malasana, yogi squat. Toes turned out opposite directions. Palms come to prayer, hips sink down towards the ground. If this feels a bit difficult, grab a block or two. Two is better. Place them under your sits bones and come into your Malasana so that you can be a little bit higher up, open your chest a little more. Hands to prayer, pressing into each other, elbows pressing into your knees. Stay here. Inhale and exhale. Just one more breath here, very grounding posture. And from here, you're going to place your hands in front of you on the mat and step back to your plank or make your way to plank. From plank, we shift our hips up and back into down dog. Gaze at your toes or at your knees. And again, inhale, right leg reaches up, three-legged dog. Exhale. Coming into pigeon, right knee comes to your right wrist. Rise up, proud pigeon. And then you can come down onto your forearms. Big hip opening pose. We're going to be here for a few breaths. Again, if you'd like, you can place a block under your forehead to bring some more relaxation into your neck, into your upper body. Keep breathing here. Breathe into your right hip. Last breath here. And when you're ready, you're going to start to rise up onto your palms. Remove the block if you had it. Tuck your back toe. And then step your right foot back into down dog. We're going to switch sides. Inhale, left leg reaches up high. Exhale, left knee comes to your left wrist. We're going to come on to your palms onto your fingertips. Proud pigeon, little back bend. And from here you can come down onto your forearms. Again, you can place a block under your forehead to make it a bit more of a restorative pose. Keep breathing here. And really, pigeon, there's no right or wrong way to do it in the sense of how parallel your front leg, front shin is to the front of the mat. Everybody's anatomy is different, so wherever you're at today is just perfect. Last breath here. Inhale. And exhale. From here, start to rise up onto your palms. Getting out of pigeon, tuck your back toe. And again, step back to your downward facing dog. And from here, we're going to bend into our knees. And again, slowly walk to the top of your mat, coming into Sukhasana, easy seat. I'm going to turn towards the camera. And we're going to end in a Sukhasana forward fold. Whichever foot was behind the first time. Usually it's the more comfortable one, place it in front. And we're going to walk your hands forward, take a forward fold here. Again, you can place a block under your forehead if you want to make it a little bit more restorative. Let's take just a few breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Try to relax your torso, your shoulders. Let your knees splay wide and send your breath into your hips. Inhale here. And exhale. Last deep inhale. Exhale all the air out. We're going to start to rise up. And we're done with our practice. Thank you so much for doing it with me. I hope you enjoyed. Namaste.